Two goals in the last 2 minutes saw Gosport Borough claw their way back from a 2-0 deficit to draw 2-2 with Wimborne Town at Cuthbury today. A result that must leave Wimborne asking what they've got to do to win a league match in 2012. For make no mistake, Wimborne were worth the 3 points. With defensive problems through injury and suspension, Steve Cuss drafted in reserve Joe Mills to operate beside Paul Roast in the middle of the defence, and to his great credit, the youngster hardly put a foot wrong the whole game, surely one for the future. In midfield, there was a strong midfield for the Magpies today: Tom Hill, Jamal Bajandu, Mickey Hubbard and Jamie Davidson, with up front Matt Kemble and Tom Jeffs. Scott Arnold won the toss and decided to play with the fairly strong wind, and Wimborne had by far the best of the first half. They took the lead on 13 minutes when a shot was blocked and it fell to Jamie Davidson, who made no mistake to drive it home. A curling shot on the turn by Tom Jeffs just cleared the keeper's left hand upright on 16 minutes, and on 22 minutes the Gosport keeper Ashmore dropped the ball from a corner but was able to retrieve it before any Wimborne player could get there. Half-time came and it was 1-0 to Wimborne, and we were wondering would the wind enable Gosport to get back on terms. But unlike some other games this season, Wimborne came out, if anything, stronger in the second half. Yes, Gosport had more of the ball, but that was to be expected. But they hardly challenged Dan Ackerman in the Wimborne goal, who really didn't have very much to do. The one thing he had to do, a tremendous touch past the post from a deflected shot. Wimborne went 2-0 up on 74 minutes, and it was that man Jamie Davidson again. Great work by Matt Kemble down the right hand side. He robbed the defender, took it to 16 yards out, crossed. Tom Jeff's shot was blocked, came out, and there again was Jamie Davidson to drive the ball home. 2-0 with 15 minutes to go, and Wimborne looking comfortable. Tom Jeffs missed what was probably the best chance of the game when his fresh air shot from a cross from the right. And then on 89 minutes, Gosport were awarded a free kick just outside the penalty area to the right hand corner, and a great curling shot beat Dan Ackerman at his right hand post. It was all hands to the pump now for Wimborne, and in the second minute of added time, Gosport were awarded a corner on the left. The ball came over, eluded the keeper, and there was, surprise, surprise, Nathan Ashmore, the Gosport keeper who'd come up in support of his strikers, who got on the end of it to put it into the net. And that's the way it finished. A disappointing result for Wimborne, but I'm sure when manager Steve Cuss and his players reflect, they will take great pleasure out of a very, very good performance, definitely their best home performance of the season. Man of the match, sponsors man of the match, went to Tom Jeffs, but in reality it could have been any one of a number of players. I would single out Joe Mills. What a fantastic debut the youngster made alongside Paul Roast. Paul Roast himself. Between them, they really didn't give the much vaunted strike force of Justin Bennett and Steve Claridge much of a look in. In midfield, Tom Hill, I thought, had his best game for Wimborne. Up front, Tom Jeffs was tireless, and Jamie Davidson kicked in with 2 goals. Let's not be downhearted about this. This was a good performance for Wimborne, which on most days would have brought us 3 points. 2 crucial games coming up next week away to Abingdon, and a fortnight today at home to Stourport Swifts. Let's hope this sounds a change in Wimborne's fortunes. We hope to see you at Abingdon next week. Manager Steve Cuss with me now. Steve, I've just been saying to Dave that I hope the tremendous disappointment doesn't make us forget what a first-rate performance this was today from the lads.
Well, it's probably, you've echoed my words that I've just said to the boys in there. You know, we've gone in there and the dressing room feels like a defeat. But I've got to say, for 85 minutes I thought we were absolutely first class today, and you know, it probably sums up our season that we let 2 goals in an injury time and one's from the keeper. So you know, obviously disappointment all round, but performance-wise was great today, and you know, again, it's something that we've got to deliver on a more consistent basis.
We could pick out a number of players, but I think Joe Mills has to get a special mention. I mean, my goodness, where did you find him? His first game, I thought he was outstanding.
Well, it's full credit to the reserve setup. You know, Tim Collins, he works well with the boys there, and Jim Cousins, and you know, we were down to the bare bones today, and I said to Joe that he's got to play, and he's probably up against the, you know, two of the top strikers in the division, and I thought he was outstanding, and you know, full play to him. He definitely didn't deserve those 2 goals at the end.
No. And that midfield looks as competitive a midfield as we've had all season, I think, and a lot of quality in there.
Yeah, we talk about being competitive and still being able to create, and that's been our difficulty this season. We either do one or the other, but today it worked. We looked solid for 85 minutes, and we looked a threat. I mean, we could have scored a 3rd goal, being 2-0 up. We had a goal disallowed. We hit the post in the first half. You know, there's plenty of chances created, but you know, obviously when you are down the bottom, these things tend to happen to you. And I think maybe we got a touch nervous when the free kick went in, and you know, it was just, you know, number of bodies in there at the end, and the goalkeeper manages just to put it over the line.
You often don't know what you're going to get with Jamie Davidson, but he came up trumps for you today with 2 goals.
Yeah, I thought Jamie was excellent today as well. I mean, we all know what he can do going forward, but when he plays in those wide areas, he has to put a shift in and defend properly as well. And I thought he was excellent today, and you know, thoroughly deserved his 2 goals.
Please tell the lads how proud we are of them. Great performance.
Will do. Thank you.